Ah, Hollywood, you make so many shitty romance movies that I can never go in expecting anything good. And then when this movie comes around, I get pleasantly surprised by how good it is. Thank you, Hollywood, legitimately, thank you. The Fault in Our Stars stars, yeah, that's a tongue twister, Shailene Woodley, Ansel Elgort, and is directed by Josh Boone. The story is about Hazel Grace Lancaster, who suffers from cancer of the lungs and is pretty much slowly dying away, and who knows when she will eventually die. Ends up meeting Augustus Waters, who is a cancer survivor, lost part of his leg, and is in the support group for his friend, and so they kind of hit it off. And this is pretty much their epic romance. And it's very tragic, you know, because one has cancer, the other had cancer, and so they get together on that level of understanding each other. Shailene Woodley and Ansel Elgort are so good together, so good together. I like Divergent, but I didn't think, like, as brother and sister they were forgettable. But in this movie, they're freaking fantastic together, and you love seeing them on screen together as a couple. They're so good, you want them both to not die of cancer together. You want them to suddenly, spontaneously get rid of all their cancer and just live together and be happy, because they're so good together, and you like seeing them on screen. But unfortunately, they do have cancer and all that. So it's kind of a tragic story. You'll probably cry, you'll be sad. And me, honestly, this movie has been stuck in my brain and I cannot get it out. And I'll probably talk about it in a different video that I'm like, it's kind of on the back burner. Like in the future, I'll be doing a video called like movies that make me cry or something, because why not? This one, I don't want to do a spoiler review for this because it feels like, you know, there's not enough to specifically talk about, but I want to talk about the specific element of this that is like spoiler and makes you cry and all that. But yeah, this movie is tragic, but it's also heartwarming. It's funny, but also very, very tragic and dramatic, and you get sad. But it has an important message of like kids with cancer, and that's something that is very scary. That's scary shit. Can you imagine being like 18 or 19, suddenly you lose your leg or something because you got cancer in it, or you're breathing out of tubes in your nose and you have to carry oxygen around with you because you have cancer? That's horrifying, and I think that's important that kids see this, even if it is sort of, yes, it's a romance, but set around this makes it all the more tragic, and I think it really works because of that. It's really quite. Shailene Woodley is fantastic as Hazel Grace. She's really likable, she's tragic, and she's pretty hot for a chick with cancer, okay? That's just the truth. And Ansel Elgort, he's so charming as Augustus Waters. He's a guy that you'd want to be your friend if he had cancer or not, and he's just a cool dude that you like, and that's a good thing, because in a lot of these movies, the guys are just bland, boring, and shitty. And the direction was pretty good. The writing is kind of where it stands out, because these characters, that's just the thing I can't get over, is just how much I actually like them together. Because the movie I like, The Notebook, I think Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams are okay together, but this one, they actually like fucking perfect. I love them on screen, one of my favorite on-screen couples, and I want to see them forever. And when the movie ends, it's like, no, I want to see more of them and more of them and more of them. Come on. They're just that good together, and I think that's something awesome. Even though now it's going to be Divergent, you're going to see them and be reminded of Fault in Our Stars, even though now they're just brother and sister, and it's like, oh man. Oh well. Yeah, The Fault in Our Stars is surprisingly touching of the heart and everything else I mentioned. It is funny. Willem Dafoe is in the movie. He brings some of the drama and some of the humor. He's kind of, no, he's not kind of, he's a dick in this movie. Willem Dafoe is an asshole. Actually being so pleasantly surprised by this movie, I'd give The Fault in Our Stars an A-. I was just floored by how much I cared for these characters, followed their struggle, the story. I just kept me engaged the whole time, and I was so entertained and fell in love with these characters. Really impressed with The Fault in Our Stars. Yeah, I'd give it an A-. So comment below, tell me what you thought of The Fault in Our Stars. Did you read the book? Is the book better than the movie? I know what you're probably going to say. And what's your favorite on-screen couple? This is honestly mine. I could watch these two forever. Who's yours? Is it Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams? Or any of the other billions that there are? I don't know. I don't know if I could name any others off the top of my head. I kind of really like Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but that's just me. Yeah, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.